I'm going to sit on my knees. You can sit on however feels comfortable for you. Arms out to the side, shoulder height, pinning the shoulder blades back together like you're squeezing a pea. I'm going to bring in a small circle. So leading, so the wrists are still, leading with the shoulders. I'm going to go for another 10, 9, 8, 6, 3, 2, 1. Pulse back for 20. Again, leading with the shoulder blades, so making sure you've got movement in them shoulder blades. Squeezing the P between them. Deep breaths. 10, 9. Looking for a warmth or a burning. That's how you know it's working. 5, 4. Try and ignore it. 3, 2, 1. Coming over to the front. Our pulses up. Again, shoulder blades pinned back. Deep breaths. And engaging the core to keep sitting upright. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1. Right arm comes over to the right side, bending on the side bend, feeling the stretch underneath the shoulders, underneath the armpit, pushing your hip down towards the floor. Inhale to rise, exhale as we swap over. Big stretch, arm ideally over your head or as far up as you can manage. Inhale back to center, bring in more circles, another 20. Round 2. Deep breaths. You'll feel a burning or a warmth a lot sooner this time because fatigue's setting in from the last set. 10, 9. Keeping them shoulders pinned back, sitting upright, core engaged. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pulse back, leading with the shoulder blades, squeezing that P as far back as you can manage, keeping with that burning sensation. Stop and start as much as you need to. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Over to the front. Pulse. 10, 9. Deep breaths. Working the front of the shoulder now. 3, 2, 1. Left arm over to the left side. Stretch, arm over your head, relax your neck. Inhale back to center. Exhale on the bend. Good. Normally we'll stop at 2 sets, but we're going for strength and making sure it's progressive, so it's challenging. Last set, 15 circles, small circles. Sitting upright, core engaged to protect that lower back. Ignore the burn. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pulse back, leading with the shoulders. Burn, burn, burn. Ignore it as long as you can. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Over to the front, anterior front of the shoulder now, pulsing. Shoulder blades back. Feels a little bit easier because we're using a different part of the shoulder now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right arm over across, stretch. Good. Pushing your hip into the floor. Bending a little bit more on that elbow. Exhale. Inhale back to center. Exhale. Good. Shoulders down, away from ears. Great. Coming into a box position. Cat-cow 5. Let's check in with our spine this week, see how it feels. Exhaling cat. Untucking the toes, relaxing your abs in the cow. Squeezing the abs, braced in the cat. Feeling the stretch and tension in the front and back as you move through the cat-cow. Exhale in the cat. Inhale in the cow. Moving your shoulders up and down. I'm going to bring in a leg extension. So Distributing your weight evenly over left and right side. If you're feeling this in your wrist, bring it a little bit further forward so you're not pinching the nerves as much. We're going to bring in a little pulse for 15, squeezing that bum cheek, making sure you're not dumping all in that one hip, but you've got your weight over your other side as well. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, holding outright. I'm going to come into a push-up. So even if it's just a small dip, elbows to the back of the room, coming down as far down as you can for 10 reps. Keeping that leg up to hip height. So have a look and see how it looks. Mine was going down yesterday and I didn't even realise. I thought it was staying up. So really squeeze that bum cheek. And if you're not coming down as far, that's fine. Just come down into a pulse and back up. You're still working the same muscles and strengthening the muscles to do this. Another 2 more. 1 more. Excellent. And then another 10 pulses with that leg to finish the set. And then we're going to go into child's pose. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Knees together, child's pose. Stretch out, circle out with your wrists. Give them a bit of a rest. Deep breaths. Same again. I'm going to extend the other leg now and pulse for 10 reps. Try and engage that core. And deep breaths as you do so, leading with the bum cheeks. The bum cheeks making the movement rather than the knee or the ankle. 3, 2, 1. Trying to keep that leg up as far down as you can for another 10 push-ups. Feel the tension or the cramping in the back of the arm. Inhale, coming down. Exhale to rise. Another 5. If it's getting difficult or burning, to reduce the range of movement. 3 more. 2. Feeling warmth in the glute and the above the hip, just in the lower back area is what we want. 1 more. And then a final 10 pulses with that leg up. 9, 8, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Child's pose, stretch it out, circle those wrists off. So because you had your elbow tucked in and pointing to the back of the room, we're using the shoulder, but also strengthening and toning the back of the tricep, back of the arm. This time we're going to use the pecs and the front shoulder for a slightly different exercise, so a variation, sorry. So arms outside of the mat. This time your elbows come out to the side, as far down as you can go, and all the way up again. So eventually you'll start feeling a warmth or like a pinching in your chest and a burning in your shoulder. We're going for 10, even if it's just a small dip or a pulse, just anything you've got because you're still using those muscles. 4 more. Exhale, coming down. 2 more. 1 more. Good. Wide child's pose to open the hips, so feet together, knees out. Good. Circle off the wrists. Deep breaths to recover. So it's really common to get shoulder injuries. So strengthening is important because it's such a shallow ball and socket joint. The only thing that's holding it together really is your fibrous tissues, so muscles, tendons. We want to go in with another set. As many as you can, or 10, as far down as you're able to. Core engaged. 3, 4. Trying to ignore that burning, that uncomfortable feeling in your shoulder and pec. Pushing your shoulders down away from your ears, keeping them down. Another 5, 4, 3. 2 more. Last one. Well done. Knees wide, child's pose, circle off the wrist. Well done. Over to the left, pushing your hip down, opening up that area between the hip and the rib. And over to the right. Same again. Good. Feel free to grab a drink as we move over to our sides. So we're at the front, we've worked the back. For the shoulders and upper body strength. So this next exercise is a stability exercise for the shoulder. You probably won't get many in before it starts to burn. So last night I was having to constantly, especially with my left arm, shake off, then back in for another rep or so. Just as many as you can, or 10. So you're going to come down, all the way up, squeeze at the top, down again. Bringing in the abs. 3, 4, good. Pause at the top for a squeeze. 6. Another 2 or more. And then you've got the option to hold for an additional 10, 9. Deep breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. I'll shake off that shoulder. Then we're going to introduce clamshells for the piriformis. So holding this position for 10 clamshells to finish this set. 3, 4. Hopefully you're burning that shoulder. 3 more. 2, 1. Good. Bottom knee comes forward, top knee back for a stretch. Inhale, arm rises. Exhale, pushing the knees down, shoulders away from ears. Inhale. I'm going to swap over to the other side now. 10 reps, whenever you're ready. Elbow directly under your shoulder. Coming all the way down for a hip stretch. You're getting full range of movement. Another 3. 1 more. So you can release it or hold for 10. Place the weight of your body in the sides of your stomach, not your glute. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. Shake off the elbow if you need to. And then side plank clamshells, a good physio one. 10 reps. Trying to keep your hips up as high as you can. Another 5, 4, 2 more. Good. And you finish last rep, bottom knee forward, top knee back. Inhale and exhale to lean over, pushing your shoulders away. Feel that stretch in the side of your stomach, pushing your hip down to the floor. Good. Moving our way into semi-supine. A water break. Okay. We're going to start with glute bridges. So coming all the way up, squeezing the bum cheeks and the abs, and slowly in control coming down. So weight should be coming into the heel of the foot. So have a play around with your foot placing. 3. And you want to come up as high up as you can so your hips are in a line with your knees. The higher up you go, the more your lower back to mid-back's engaged. Another 10. You're working your hamstrings as well, the back of the leg. And the harder you squeeze, the more toning and strength to the glute, the bum cheek. 5, 4, 2 more, and you've got the option to hold and pulse or release. So pulsing from the top to midsection, you really feel that burning in your glutes. Hold another 5, 4, pulse, 3, 2, 1, and release. Apanasana, bringing the knees in for a hug and roll. Well done. From here, we're going to switch the core on. So legs in tabletop, back completely flat against the floor, so you can't get your arm in at all in that lower back curve. As you come in, your knees pulse in and your hips come off the floor ever so slightly, but you're not coming all the way out because that's when your back lifts. Going for between 10 and 15, as many as you can with that burning. So as soon as you get the burning, that's when it starts to count. 5. If you're shaking, it's good. Coming down slowly and controlled. Another 5, 4, 2. Good. And you finished the last rep. Semi-supine. Inhale, arms rise. Fill in the lungs completely. Pause at the top with full lungs for slowly exhaling through the mouth. Again. Relaxing the pelvic floor on the inhale. Holding in the pelvic floor and engaging the abs on the exhale. 3 in total. One more. Good. Over to glute bridges, another 20. Squeezing the bum, pause at the top with a bum squeeze. Good. Another 10. Last 5. And then you've got the option to release or pulse for an additional 15. And pulse. 1, 2, 6. Relaxing your arms. 7, 8. Squeezing the bum cheeks to pulse. 10. Last 3, 2, 1. Good. Apanasana, bringing your knees in for a hug and roll. Counter pose. Bringing a lot of warmth to the lower back. Legs are up in tabletop position, switching the core on. Back is completely flat. Squeeze, bring your hips up off the ground. Concentrate on where it's burning, because that's where you're toning and strengthening. Looking for between 10 and 15. Exhale, coming up. Supporting your neck with your hands. You're not pulling on your neck though. Leading with your chest. Last 5, 4, 2, one more. Good. 3 deep breaths. Inhale, arms rise. See if you can get your hands over your head. Help with the other arm if need be. So a count of 3 on the inhale and a count of 4 on the exhale. Don't forget the pause at the top with full lungs before slowly exhaling. One more. Excellent. Last round of those exercises for volume, strength and tone. 20 glute bridges. Make sure your hips are coming up level. If they're not, just sort them out. Another 10. Relaxing your arms by your side. 5. 3. 2. One more. And pulse for 15. 3. 5. Deep breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Apanasana. Good. Bring your tailbone off the floor for lower back stretch. Legs up into tabletop. Last 10 to 15 crunches in your own time. Trying to get them hips off the floor for more engagement in that lower core, most important part. Exhale coming up. Deep breaths. You're shaking when you try and slow it down. 4, 3, 2, let it burn. One more. Oh, well done. 3 deep breaths. One more. Excellent. One leg stays in semi-supine, the other one is straight out with the ankle flexed with tension. Switch the core on, so no curve in the lower back, rib cage tucked in, belly button into spine. Have a feel around in your lower core, make sure there's some tension there. As you do, you're going to bring that leg up as far up as you can and back down again, nice and slowly, using your core and keeping it braced. So it should start to burn. It's like holding a plank. I'm going to go for 10 reps. This is nice and safe. 5, 4. 2 more, and then you're going to rest, or you've got another option to layer it for an additional 6. As your leg's coming up, you're going to come up for a crunch, squeeze, and then release for another 6. 5. 3. Bit of a hamstring stretch too. Another 2. You might feel this at the above of the thigh as well as you're strengthening that area. One more. Good. Back in semi-supine. Inhale, arms rise. Deep breath. One more. Same again the other side. So switch the core on. You've got tension for 10 reps. Keeping that core engaged. Have a poke around, make sure there's tension there. Because you could literally just do this with just moving your leg and not really using your core. We're actively placing a squeeze. Deep breaths. 5 left. 4. Is your core burning? That's how you know you're doing it right. That's your instant feedback. 2 more. 1 more. Rest or bring in an additional 6 crunches with that leg raise. So now we're incorporating the upper core as well. Should be burning. Another 2. 1. Well done. Whew. Inhale, arms rise. Last one. Pause at the top. Good. Pilates, a single leg stretch next. So one leg is extended, the other one is bent, and you're coming up for a squeeze, or if you don't want to work your neck today, you can keep your head on the floor as you're swapping over. Otherwise, coming up for a squeeze or a crunch as you're swapping over legs. It's a nice stretch for the glute as well. Make sure you're coming all the way up and all the way down as you're swapping legs. And you're working your upper core as well. Another 10. You might feel some tension in your neck because you need strong neck muscles for strong abs as well. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. 1 more. Well done. 3 deep breaths. Inhale. One more. You can do that and again, or you can go into scissors. So both legs are straight. It's a hamstring stretch as well as a bicep curl because you're pulling your leg as close to your nose as you can. And as you're swapping over, we're going for 15. Trying to keep that back flat. Seven. You're doing great. Let it burn. 10. Last 5. 4. 2. 1. Good. Breath. Inhale. Take your time. We're going to come over to roll onto our sides into the prone position. And we're going to work on some cobra, so back bend, which is nice and safe for anyone who's got herniated or slipped disc. So we'll settle into this position first, just trying to relax and switch off the back muscles. I want you to be aware of what muscles are tensed up, and I want you to actively switch them off. So inhale, the belly pushes out, and then the exhale relaxes you and sinks you in further into the stretch. So it's a very subtle stretch at first. So you can feel free to stay here, or you can bring your elbows a little bit closer towards your shoulders. Shoulders down away from ears, and allow yourself to feel that stretch in the base of your back. Again, inhale pushes the belly out. And then the next exhale sinks you further into the mat. So my thighs have tensed up, so I'm just going to switch them off. These muscles tense up to protect, but we're nice and warm. We want to get in for a stretch. So your spine should be able to do this. If you've not done it for a while, just loses that mind muscle connection. Stay here, or you can come up into your shoulders, elbows onto shoulders, sorry. And sink your hips into the mat. Stay here, or you can go into seal, which is nicer than a full-blown cobra. So seal, extending the arms out. Feel that stretch in the base, deep in your back. Try and breathe into it. You can come in and out of this whenever, if it gets too much. 2 more deep breaths. It's a nice stretch for the abs. And then we're carefully going to come into the starting position. Just reset the body there. You can feel the tension being released from the lower back. Going to make our way over to a child's pose. So knees together, so we're counter posing. We've bent one way, we're going to bend the other way. Carefully take your time. And you can feel again the tightness release from the lower back. Excellent. From here, we'll come into pigeon pose to stretch off the glutes. Now they're nice and warm. So if you feel like you're being pulled off center, it's usually tight glutes, which most of us have. So we're just going to introduce a bend in the knee so you can remain in center, and just make sure that you can feel the stretch in your glutes. Allow yourself to relax those muscles. And just sitting with that discomfort. And you should be able to feel it ease off a little bit. It can take time as you get used to it. You can extend the arms and sit upright for more of a stretch in the hips and front, chest proud. Where do you feel that now? Hopefully in your glutes, maybe if you're tight in the hip flexors a little bit there, maybe in the abs. It's all valuable information. Let's swap over to the other side. We can compare. This is usually my tighter side. Settle in with that stretch in that glute on the other side now. Two more deep breaths. You can extend the arms, sitting upright, feel the stretch move slightly. And then we're going to make our way over to our backs for the spinal twist, which is really good and really safe for stretching the lower back, the glutes. If you've ever got a back injury or any niggles, when your back's warm from doing some gentle walking, it's a really good one to get into. So shifting the hips over to the right, knees over to the left, Shoulder blades down on the mat, arms out to the side. And just want you to settle in. This may be enough for a stretch. I certainly feel this. So you're just trying to relax in this. So when you're first in it, all your muscles around your back and your trunk area will want to tense up to protect. We're just trying to switch them off. Using our breath tells our mind it's safe to do so. With all the glute bridges, you've warmed up this area nicely. So it's a good time to work on flexibility and a maintenance of flexibility. So you can stay here, or you can extend the top leg, adding more weight to that lower back, holding onto the back of your leg with your hand. Again, both shoulder blades should be on the mat. Allow yourself to feel that stretch in your lower back. You might feel it in your glute as well, around the hip area. Try and relax. If you're spasming or twitching, just gone a little bit too far too soon, so regress it. 2 more big deep breaths before swapping over. Good. Bending both knees. Coming over to the other side, shifting the hips over to the left, knees over to the right. Arms out to the side. Let's see how this side feels. This might be a tighter side. You might not want to progress it at all. You might just want to lay here. And just because you maybe could last week, doesn't mean, because you might be more stressed this week, might not be the time to progress it. Always listen to your body and how it feels. Shoulders on the mat. Notice where you're feeling that stretch. Is it deeper? Is it higher up? Or is it all in the lower? If you want to extend that top leg to increase the stretch, and the base of your back, feel free. Again, relax the trunk area. Switch the abs off. And you might feel this stretch in your pec as well, with your arm out to the side and your shoulder. 2 more big deep breaths. Good. Bending both knees, making our way over to Shavasana, or you can have both a bend in your knees if that's more comfortable for your lower back, otherwise lying in Shavasana as we begin some relaxation, guided relaxation into possible meditation. And feeling the weight of your body. Inhale and exhale through your nose so it's nice and warm. Feeling how your ankles feel on the mat and the weight of your body as it begins to relax. Relax your jaw, have space between your teeth, and relax your forehead muscles and your cheeks and eyes. Imagine a velvet cushion that your head's on. It's just sinking into the velvet cushion. It's nice and soft. Feel the weight of your pelvis and that lower curve in your back. Joy is the gateway to a fulfilling life. And the way we experience joy is through gratitude. So just taking a moment to be grateful of anything that you are in your life, any people you have around you, Or it might be as simple as your heart beating and your breath. Anything that's happened this week that you're grateful of, being grateful for your job, a house, a roof over your head. Inhale for 3 and a slow exhale for 4. Feeling the air temperature right now and how that feels on your skin. Making sure you're using your belly and then your ribs and then your chest rises as you inhale. Being grateful for not being in any pain right now in your lower back. And every time you think about anything else, just bring your attention back to your breath, the anchor for the mind, and how it feels, a cool sensation in the body. Your body's becoming heavier in the mat as it sinks in. Can you think of 3 things that you're grateful for this week? Going to move over to the side and carefully take your time coming up into any seated position to begin some relaxation breath work to get us out any stress responses that we may be in. If we've had a stressful week, sometimes we can get stuck in the fight and flight, freeze and fawn responses. So we're just going to aim to switch on the parasympathetic nervous system to counteract. So sitting tall, abs are braced, shoulders down away from ears. So like I've said before, it can be quite difficult at first to sit like this, but it does get easier. Notice any aches that you have sitting like this, any burning, pinching. Chest proud. I'm going to practice box breathing. Inhaling through the nose for 4. I count of 4, you're on 4. Pause for 4. Before exhaling for 4 through the nose. And then pause for 4 before inhaling for 4. So that's the box. 4, 4, 4, 4. And as you do this, the belly's rising, followed by the ribs, then the chest on the inhale. Holding that breath with full lungs before slowly exhaling, feeling the chest fall, then the ribs, then the belly empty. If you ever feel yourself getting stressed throughout the day at work or at home with the kids, just taking a moment, putting your hand on your heart and doing a couple of breaths, even 5 deep breaths like this, can really help slow the mind down and have you regain or feel like you regain control. And it can help switch the parasympathetic nervous system on. Some people feel like in order to de-stress you need a full yoga or Pilates class, but it's not. It needs to be more practical than that, and sometimes it is just hand on heart, so you're present in your body, feeling your heartbeat, and slow down the rumination, any fast thoughts, and just breathing. Two more rounds. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Namaste. Thank you everyone for coming.